Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now today, last week, if you saw, we talked about actually creating your character, putting the stuff onto the paper or onto the G sheet. And today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what clans you should pick if you're a new player. Now, per usual for this series, this isn't going to be some deep dive on how to min-max your character and how to get every little inch you can out of them, but just talking about, hey, these are the clans I recommend, and these are some classes that I would recommend playing with them. So if you're following along at home, you're going to want to pull up Tsunade studies. This is where you're going to find all of your different clans. You're going to be able to look through them. Now, if you've been watching the channel and you saw not too long ago my video about new clans that they are adding into the official book, those will not be in here. This is the most up-to-date book, however, they have yet to basically create the update that adds those in. I'm sure it won't be too much longer. They said December's kind of their goal, but they're pushing, so you might not have those clans in here until maybe January, February, sometime in that range, but just so you know why those clans aren't in here right now. Now, finally, the last thing before I actually get into going over the different clans is, yes, technically, all of these clans can go with any of the classes. There's no actual set restrictions that say, hey, you can't do that. The ones that I am recommending are the ones that will most naturally flow with the clans, okay? A lot of clans are going to have abilities that really suit themselves to be good at Genjutsu, or be good at Weapon Specialist, or be good at Ninjutsu Specialist, or whatever the case may be. So when I give you my class recommendations, don't think that that's locking you in a box that you have to do. Just understand that will make it the easiest for you to continue with your character and make them as strong as possible without having to read thousands of words and figure out what intricate things, involve and combine with what. So starting off with what I actually think is probably one of the single best clans, and let's be clear, these are not in any particular order, but this might be number one, is going to be the Fuma Clan. And the reason this is going to be your number one is it is extremely simple in what they do, and that is that you throw weapons very efficiently. Okay, the Fuma Clan is all about making your thrown weapons extremely, extremely powerful, throwing Fuma shurikens, throwing monster shurikens, and just making them do crazy things. For the most part, this clan is all about helping you hit your target with different pluses, letting you remake attack rolls that you miss. It's nothing too complicated or confusing, and as you can see, this is all of their clan's page. It's very simple. The other nice thing, because a lot of the clans I'm going to be recommending probably won't come with their own clan jutsu. Some of them obviously will, but some of them won't. Fuma Clan does, and they have a bunch of fun options. Even their jutsus aren't that difficult. A lot of them are going to be very basic. Hey, anything in this AoE does this. This is going to be a throw to hit, and it's going to cause this. None of them are going to have any crazy wild effects. And then as for classes that I recommend with the Fuma Clan, it's going to be Weapon Specialist, okay? Pretty much hands down, that's what you're going to go with. Again, like I talked about, and I'm not going to iterate this again, but if you wanted to lean to a different class, you could. Just understand Weapon Specialist is by far going to be your bread and butter with Fuma Clan. And up next, our favorite copycat ninja, it's going to be the Hatake Clan, so Kakashi's clan. And this one, extremely simple. This is it. This page right here is all you have to learn. So when it comes to actual amount of words you have to read, this is going to be on the lowest end that you have to do. And the very easy class to go with it is Ninjutsu Specialist, okay? The Hatake Clan is one of the more versatile ones where you can actually make work with a lot of different classes, but Ninjutsu Specialist is the easiest because you just make your lightning jutsus strong. It's very simple. If you want a very strong lightning user, pick Hatake Clan, go with a Ninjutsu Specialist, and lean into that lightning jutsu like crazy. Because the basis of this clan is it's just going to take your lightning and make it more powerful. There's going to be things that let you reduce cost, things that allow you to use jutsu with different chakra. They talk about your white chakra in there. It's going to up your damage in some cases. Just a few different fun buffs when it comes to using lightning jutsu. So again, very simple clan, very simple combination, easy go. So next up we have the Kurama Clan, and this is going to be your Kurenai senseis of the world, and these are really good at Genjutsu. Now, to be honest, this is one of the more complicated ones that I'm going to recommend, but the reason I am recommending the Kurama Clan is because of how cleanly and how smoothly it works with Genjutsu Specialist, okay? I'm trying to add in things that I know people are going to want to use Genjutsu because it's cool, and this is probably going to be your best bet if you want to go that route. The Kurama Clan is basically made for it, okay? You'll get your bonuses for Wisdom or Charisma, so you can choose whichever type of, ability score you want to go into. And then basically every single thing that the clan gives you is all about altering your genjutsus to be a little stronger. You are going to have to make some choices. You can see it's a little bit more reading than something like the Hatake Clan. But as you go through, basically you choose these onijutsu things and you'll pay a little more chakra to have this additional effect. Some of these are extremely, extremely powerful, but also extremely simple. You can see, for a quick example, something like Subtle Ninjutsu. When you cast a genjutsu, you can cast it without hand seals or chakra seal components. That's great. You literally spend more chakra for your character to do less and be able to do things faster and less noticeable. It's a very easy clan to comprehend once you get your head around genjutsus. So again, just a note, genjutsus are going to be the hardest part to learn, but once you get through that process, the Kurama Clan itself is pretty straightforward. And now I would say the single most well-rounded clan that can quite literally be good with any class you put it with is going to be the Sarutobi Clan. Now this clan in particular isn't super strong on its own. It's not usually like a min-maxer's dream. But if you want a clan that's just kind of can fill any role you need it to fill, they're really solid for that. You are going to get an additional resource you have to pay attention to with your focus points, but they do very simple things. You can read right here. You will spend a focus point for things like gaining bonuses on attack rolls, gaining bonus on saving throws, gaining bonus on skill checks, and then if you have 3 focus points saved up, you can do different things such as gaining an immediate reaction or automatically succeeding a death saving throw. So at the end of the day, basically what they do is they have these focus points and they have a few of these bonuses they talk about up here where you get to select, and you can select either some type of element for your ninjutsu, you can select a keyword, you can select taijutsu, bukijutsu, you just select whatever the class is that you're doing basically, and then you get stronger in it. So again, they're not super great for like min-maxy builds, but if you're just looking for a clan that can kind of do it all pretty well and works pretty well with using some fun jutsus, Sarutobi is probably one of the single best ones. I think this is your #1 beginner clan if you just really don't know what else to pick. Now, for any of you watching that are Naruto 5e heads and you've been in the system a while, if you're like me, your head immediately jumps to non-clan as a solid choice for a new player. I actually think this is a bit of a trap, and there's a reason for it. And the reason this is kind of my final, somewhat honorable mention, just be careful if you're a new player, is because there's a lot of choices that need to be made that can really make or break your character. So when it comes to your Nindo, which are choosing one of these options here that you see highlighted, these are very simple. A lot of times it's like, hey, the first time an ally is reduced to 0 or less hit points and you can see them, you gain this bonus. Or sometimes it's like, if your hit points are reduced to 0, you're instead reduced to 1, and it can happen once a long rest or whatever. Those are easy. Those are very simple to understand. It's a nice little ability you get. The issue comes with the self-taught skills and unrelenting focus. Self-taught skills is pretty easy. You just get to choose a few other things to be proficient in or be expertise in, whichever way you want to go. That's easy. That's easy enough. The problem is when it comes to unrelenting focus, and what this does is it gives your character extra feats, which if you are deep in the Naruto 5e system, you know that that's extremely powerful. Non-clan can be some of the most gross, powerful builds that are in the game because of the extra feats they get. However, when it comes to a new player, they're not going to know exactly what the new feat is and what feat's going to combine with this one to do all this crazy stuff and create this jank OP min-max character. So if you're okay with reading through feats and kind of learning, hey, this will work well with my character, non-clan's pretty solid. And it's honestly probably going to be the easiest one, barring reading through all the feats, okay? So that's why the two kind of debatable first ones are the one I talked about earlier and then non-clan. That's the main reason. So again, I'm just going to reiterate, if you're okay with reading and you're okay with going through the feats to find the ones that fit your character the best and that will make you the strongest, by all means, non-clan is amazing, and that's the only real additional thing you have to do. Also understand that there is a lot of feats in the game, because there are feats for your clan, there are feats for your class, there are feats for your subclass sometimes, there are feats to give you abilities from other classes that you don't have. Like, there's a lot of nonsense. So nonetheless, understand non-clan, while it is a solid choice, can be a bit of a trap and can actually lower your character's potential if you don't know what to pick. So there you have it. Those are the clans that I recommend to all of you new, fresh players, all you freshmen, and the classes that can go with them. And as for non-clan, I forgot to mention it, but you can use anything. It doesn't matter. You can use literally any class with it. Doesn't matter. You know, it's relevant. But nonetheless, if you have any other recommendations, drop them in the comments. If you really feel like I missed one that is like a surefire beginner-friendly one, put it in there. Maybe if I disagree, I can explain why in the comments, why I tried to not put it in the video and why I would recommend newcomers avoid it. But hey, at the end of the day, try what you want, okay? There's going to be a learning curve to the game no matter what clan you pick. It's just that learning curve might be a little smaller depending on what you go with. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. I will see you on the next one where we will talk about what classes you should be picking and maybe what clans go with those classes. Peace out.